Hey there, Supernekocat here, and today I'm going to talk more about my Ariel and Ursula drawing. I have a speed paint up, and you can go ahead and click that, it should be around here. So today, I guess we're going to talk about my stylistic choices, because I was talking to a friend, and they did mention wanting to know more about that stuff, and that's what they enjoy listening to, so we're going to get into that. When I start drawing, I try to have a sketch, because you have to have an idea of what you want to do before you create an idea. Though a lot of the times I just go off with a random idea. So, don't limit yourself to what you think art should be. Just kind of go with it sometimes. I like letting the art spirits flow through me, as my friends say. Here I am using just a sketch tool that's more like a pencil to get my digital shapes more clear. As much as I love drawing with pencil, you can't undo things and fix shapes and distort things. So I'm just going to put a line over all of this stuff. Okay, so let's talk about how I draw my faces, I guess. I tend to start with a circle. A lot of people don't like that. Eyebrows are my favorite because it's literally just like a little swoop type of thing, and that's how I get my weirdly rectangular eyebrows. I guess I really like Rock Lee. He had the best eyebrows. I guess Guy Sensei was a runner-up. Anyway, for the hands, you'll notice that I do not actually really draw hands in sketches. I tend to just kind of let them be weird claws, and then maybe I'll try to fix them later, or I'll hide them. And here I have a teacup to break up the scene because I felt like it needed something, but I regret it not being a potion. I really like the Mermaid style of Little Mermaid. It's so simple, the lines are strong, the colors are pretty clear, and their little sidekicks are so easy to draw. I have such a hard time with animal anatomy, or anatomy in general, and I've always liked how Flotsam and Jetsam are just little troublemakers, though I admit I drew all of this from memory, and I have not seen The Little Mermaid since like middle school. So let's see, and here I'm going to be testing my lines, and I'll be using the technical pen because I like to make sure that my lines aren't going to be too thick to take away from the color, because then I have to erase things and it's just not fun. You can also edit things, and it's nice to have the red bold outline underneath so that you can see what exactly you're coloring over or how the shape's going to end up looking. And I always like to stop and check without any of the other images, just the lines, just to see if it's actually clear, because someone told me that if the silhouette isn't clear, then it's probably not going to work. But I don't like to limit my art, so I just kind of wing it most times and pick up things everywhere. And that's kind of how I learned how to draw arms proportional, is using circles to elbow to wrist, and then creating a triangle using lines. And here you can see the difference without the sketch behind it. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up the lines just so that I can make it look prettier. I tend to clean it up after I have that third layer removed. I know it's a lot of extra steps, but sometimes I feel like just being a little extra with it. Okay, everything is about outlined, and to take away the red lines. And at this point, I'm doing like extra cleanup and more line work detail. A lot of people will probably make this easier when they do it in their own work. I haven't studied it much, which I admit I should. And, it's just going in, cleaning it up, all that fun stuff. Alright, good enough. So now I like to add some sort of background color because I don't really understand how to draw backgrounds. I get it, but it's so much work, and I admire the people who can do it so much. It looks effortless sometimes when you watch someone just create something out of paint. However, I was feeling lazy and I kind of just wanted this to be over. So I took an airbrush, layered some colors, and decided I didn't really want a harsh erase edge, so I went and had to use a soft airbrush and then sized it to fit the kind of portrait, because I figured it'll be more like a watercolor effect, the way you would when you have your watercolor notepad and you're just doing some character design. I tried to do the fill option. You want to make sure all of your lines are closed, otherwise you end up with the mess I had. So I had to go through and just do it chunk by chunk and go back and keep going. So this is just for base color. You want to make sure you lay down white because it really helps those colors pop through. Even in digital, even in traditional, you want to make sure you have a good strong base to whatever you're doing. So let's go ahead and get this colored. Okay, so when it comes to coloring, I tend to shade using a darker tone of whatever color I'm going to use to color it the main color. It's kind of my lazy way of highlighting and putting shadow. Ursula's hair is white, so I'm using just kind of an off-white grayish color to create her waves in her hair, and a purplish color for her skin tone, which I'm kind of applying to her face like makeup. And then I'll go ahead and blend that out. For the skin, I regret doing that. I should have started either with a darker tone or just filled it in. I thought it would be easier, but it was just a lot more work. We're just gonna clean up these lines here because we can't have that just all white lined. Little black dress is almost done. And I was being lazy, so I kind of just let the color fill in the space so that your mind kind of gets the idea of what I'm going for without having to actually draw everything. Now we're gonna go for Ariel. Drag and drop is awesome, however I did not do my line work the way that would keep it from pouring into everything. I could have used the lasso idea, but I was being dumb. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color this in. I have a skin tone pack I found somewhere. I think it was Haze Long. They have great brushes. I totally recommend them. And I think it's free. That's when I got them. And they're really awesome. They're a great beginner set of brushes to get an idea of what you would want to work with, what's actually too extra for you. And I'm a really simplistic artist person. I just need airbrush, and sometimes I really like using the sparkly tools or stuff. For accent, she has a lot of really pretty ones. Anyway, here I'm just going to go ahead and color this in, give her a nice blue-green to contrast that nice green and that purple, so that doesn't really conflict with our Ursula, because I didn't want too much purple and then her with purple, but I feel like Ursula really matches the background. And I regret not putting something glowy in that mug. And let's go ahead and clean this up because it looks weird. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and adjust some of that face shading on Ursula. touches, and we are just about done, guys. And we have our illustration. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like it, subscribe. I don't know. See you guys next time.